Hello, I'm Philip Stoten. I'm at Productronica 2015 and I'm joined by Eric Moen from Akrometrix. Eric, thanks for stopping by to chat.
You're very welcome.
All kinds of different challenges going on in your marketplace. Tell me what's keeping you awake at night, what's making it interesting at the moment?
I think some of the most interesting challenges that are coming to us have been in the area of the fan-out wafer level packaging. There's been a lot of buzz about that at the International Wafer Level Packaging Conference, several other conferences, even in the last month. A lot has been said about this fan-out wafer level packaging. The reason a lot of companies are going to this type of packaging is because it lowers their costs. They basically take a die, an expensive die, and they're able to hyperextend the number of connectors on it, lower the cost. Ultimately, that plays back to profits. Yeah. Some of the challenges, though, is now they're using maybe a lower cost epoxy. Now you have two different media that are expanding at different rates. Since we measure warpage, there's a lot of companies coming to us and saying, can you help us do full field measurement of a very large package, 300 millimeter by 300 millimeter, 400 millimeter by 400, 450 by 450. Yeah. And our largest that we do traditionally for PCBs and other media is 600 millimeter by 600 millimeter. Okay. So we're definitely looking forward to the challenge of seeing if we can accommodate that.
Yeah, were you ready for that challenge? I mean, obviously you had the size in terms of the platform, but are you ready for the variation in the two different substrates, or is that something you've had to develop new technology for?
It's something we're looking at because we do the biggest advantage of full field measurement is the fact that I can do such a large size in such a short time at any given temperature. Now most of the folks in that region are looking at room temperature. The challenge really with full field measurement is am I getting a reflective surface for my full field camera to measure? And we're seeing a lot of positive things in the fan-out wafer level packaging, but we really won't know until we do a lot more testing on some of the new products coming out. But we're pretty excited about it.
Yeah, and that's an exciting new area of the market for you. What about your existing market? What's going on there? Is business on the right direction at the moment?
Business is going well for us. Something that's interesting is we've always done extremely well in the component side of the market. Component manufacturers like to use our tool for measuring warpage, thermal warpage, and stress, so that they can make guarantees to their customer that that component is not going to vary and skew or bias the end result. We're seeing a lot more interest from EMS manufacturers, from contract manufacturers, from OEMs that are now having to deal with thinner substrates, thinner components, thinner BGAs, thinner LGAs. All of these together, automotive manufacturers that traditionally have had thick, heavy, high temperature boards are now having to accommodate small telemetry devices. Yeah. All of these things, more and more people are starting to wrestle with warpage on either one part of the equation or both parts of the equation.
Yeah, and I think what's different also, as well as the challenges they have, they're taking a lot more ownership now of their processes. They're really keen to actually not just rely on the data sheets that are coming at them from suppliers. They really want to measure and be able to validate what they're doing in the process.
I agree, and not only are they wanting to validate that, but many of their end customers are wanting to validate that. I got a call recently from a company that made an automotive product, and the automotive manufacturer came to them and said, show us how you're validating that your board and your components fit within our specification. Show us the test result. And so they come and they say, we need your equipment or we need your test services to be able to help us prove to our end customer that we're fitting within those standards.
And you have the option of either outsourcing to you or buying equipment. Do a lot of the people that outsource to you eventually build volumes to a point where it's more pragmatic to buy?
Yes, some of them do. We have some customers that have been test customers for a decade or more. We have others who have been test service customers, and you see each year they use more and more, and finally they get to the point where they say, we'd like to be able to do this in-house. Or obviously as they see components getting thinner, substrates getting thinner, they're saying ultimately we need to have a much quicker turnaround. I may want a result today of what's happening with this component, and then it makes it impractical to send that to our test lab.
Yeah, well Eric, you're going to see certainly more requirement for process control, definitely more requirement for traceability, and that all sounds like good news for you guys. Thanks very much for your time. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.